Hey guys, and welcome to my picoCTF series. Today I'm going to be looking at the wave a flag challenge, and we're going to see what we can do. So the description of the CTF is, can you invoke help flags for a tool or binary? Can you invoke help flags for a tool? This program has extraordinarily helpful information. Okay, so I don't know what any of that means really. Let's just download the binary and run it. One thing to note with CTFs, or if you're pen testing in general, is you don't necessarily know, you can't trust what you download from the internet as a rule. So I'd always recommend that you run this kind of binary on a virtual machine, right? So I have a virtual machine here. I'm just logging into it. This is a virtual machine. I can now download the file to this virtual machine and we can see what it does. Let's create a temporary directory and move it in there. We know it's an executable file, so we should just run it, I guess. But I wouldn't run this on bare metal. I'd always run this on a VM if you have the choice. So let's make it an executable file and let's try running it. Interesting. Okay, so this happens when something is missing from the executable. So like I think this happens when there's like missing libraries or something. So what can we do about that? Well, let's have a look. Let's see what the internet says. This is a big part of pen testing, Googling stuff. Okay, so okay, let's have a look. What does this do? So it's like I said, I think there's probably a library that's missing, which we need to have in order to run this executable. And how can I see what the library is that we're missing? Could be this. Maybe this. Let's see if we've got that. Probably not. Okay. So what do we have here? Not much. Okay, so what I need to do is I probably need to download like the Ubuntu Iso or something like this. I don't think I have it on this machine, no. So I'll just download that now. And in order to run an ISO, you need some kind of virtualization, like a virtual machine type tool. I use VirtualBox for a lot of things, but you can also use stuff like VMware or maybe KVM. Let's download the server, that's all we're going to need. It shouldn't take too long to download. I've got quite a fast line, but I am on a VPN, which is going to slow us down. Okay, well, it's not too bad. It's normally faster than this. So once this ISO is downloaded, I'll boot it in a virtual machine, and then I'll try and run the executable in that virtual machine. I'm just gonna see if I've got something in here. I already have Ubuntu, thank God. So I can cancel this download. I think it's this one. It's this one that we're downloading, right? Live server AMD. I'll keep it downloading, but I've already got an ISO, so let's just use that. So this is the virtual machine that I logged into just earlier. Let's create we want to create a new virtual machine, right? So we'll call it Ubuntu, give it some RAM. We probably do need a virtual disk. Okay, that's fine. 10 gig is about all I can spare right now. So that's fine. Dynamically allocated, yep. Okay, so now we've got that. Let's make sure all of the configuration is sensible. Give it a couple more CPUs. I don't like 100% execution cap because it can slow down my machine. We'll enable that. We don't need to do anything there. Network, let's have a bridged adapter. Okay, I think that's all we need to do. Pieces of low CPUs rather than okay, right. So now that we've done that, let's start that VM. Start VM. Is there anything sensitive in here? If there is, I need to stop the video. It looks like this is not, there's nothing sensitive here, so that's fine. Okay, cool. Ubuntu, start. Please select a virtual optical disk. Oh, okay, so one thing I missed, I didn't specify the ISO, which is kind of dumb. So let me select that on another screen, so there's nothing sensitive. Ubuntu desktop, yeah, let's do that. Choose and start. So we've inserted the ISO into, it's kind of like inserting the ISO into like a virtual CD drive. So now we're booting. Let's close that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push the binary to this virtual machine, and I'm going to see if I can run the binary on this virtual machine. If I can't, it might be because, yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, it's a 64. It's a 64-bit binary, so it should be okay. It should run okay. So once this is working, I don't know why it's stuck. It should just work, really. It is running. Yeah, I'm going to find out what the IP address is, and then hopefully SSH is enabled on this VM. If it's not, then I'll just enable it, start the service. I'm assuming it will be installed. Okay, so we have a desktop. That's different. I just want to try it for now. I just want to run a binary on it. Okay, this looks good. Looking good. Terminal. What's your IP address, buddy? Okay, 145. So I'll see if I can actually speak to this server on 22. Nope. So this indicates to me that SSH is not enabled on this machine. Let's just see if I can sudo. I can. That's good. Sudo systemctl start SSH. That's really annoying. Let me mute that. Let's start. I think it's probably that. Nope. Maybe that. Nope. Maybe that. No. Okay. It looks like maybe the SSH server is not installed on this machine. Install OpenSSH. Okay, more Googling required. Oh, it might be because, yeah, so what's happened is, oh no, that is right. Okay, hang on, let me just see how to install SSH on Ubuntu. How to install, yes. OpenSSH server, of course. Don't be afraid to Google stuff. There's nothing wrong with Googling. It's something that you have to do as a pen tester because you get exposure to quite a lot of different things, and you're not expected to remember everything. Like no one's gonna be able to do that. Okay, that looks like it's running. Is it running externally? Yes. Okay. So now what we need to do is specify a password for the Ubuntu user, so I can log in via the via SSH. So let's just set it as password. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can log in here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, using a tool called SCP, I'm going to copy the binary to the VM. Okay, and now if I then log into this machine, the warm binary should be there, and in theory I should be able to run it. Oh, isn't that useful? Pass me a H. Okay, so it's saying, hello user, pass me a -H to learn what I can do. Okay, done. I actually don't do that. I don't do much, but I do have this flag. Oh, okay, cool. So that's cool. Yeah, that looks like it's the answer to me. So let me just move this VM away. Let me just, so there is another way potentially of finding this this flag, right? Maybe you don't have to do warm -H. If you don't want to run the binary, maybe you can do something like this. Okay, I'm just installing another package called strings. Strings is a utility which will extract strings from a source file. So if I do strings warm, there might be a flag in here. If I grep for pico, oh yeah, here we go. You can see that there is this string. So if I go through here, you can see in the binary there are some strings like hello user, pass me a -H, learn what I can do. I don't do much, but so yeah, basically I think this is probably the answer. Let's submit this and see what happens. Okay, so that's wave a flag. I'm gonna be releasing these videos probably on maybe Wednesdays and Sundays or something. So there should be a new video every few days, and I'm just going to focus on one challenge per video to keep them kind of short, because you know you shouldn't have to sit through hours of like 3 or 4. It's easier if I just break them up. So that's what I'm going to do. The next one is going to be the forensics one called information. That's going to come out. So this video is going to be released on, what's the day? Thursday. So this video is going to come out on Sunday, and then forensics will be out on Wednesday. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe. Goodbye.